Welcome back, Toddler Tribe, to the show. Today I'm going to tell you a story about a little boy and his fear of doing something, and really dive into the idea that we need to be supporting kids' efforts, not the outcomes. Often, especially with toddlers and preschoolers, when we know they're so close to be able to master something, or they've mastered it in the past, but for some reason today they're on the struggle bus around it, we speak to the outcome. You can do it. You've got this. I know you can do it. But in that moment, we're not speaking to the effort, and we're definitely not speaking to their emotions, their feelings around what's happening. Because in that moment, they don't feel like they can do it, and they don't feel like they've got it. And if we're being honest, they don't care, particularly, that we know they can do it. And neither should we. We want to instill in them a belief that they can do it. We want those I statements to come from deep within the well of their growing emotional sense of who they are. I am someone who tries hard things. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but I am someone who can learn new skills. All right, so Davey comes in and out of this podcast. He's one of my favorite models because he's such a highly emotional kid, and he's a boy. And I love both of those things in combination. I want to celebrate all the highly emotional boys out there in the world. And I want to hold space for them and lift them up and cheer them while teaching them that honoring their feelings while they're doing something that feels hard or scary is important. Okay, so here's what happened. He came over to my house, and I have a tree house. This is not like a really cute, low to the ground tree house. This is a tree house. My husband, the contractor, and my daughter, when she was a teenager, they built it together. I don't know how high it is. If I had to guess, I'm going to say 30 feet in the air. It's high in a very sturdy tree. I mean, this guy builds things for a living, right? Built this beautiful structure up there. And once you're up there, the trap door shuts and you're totally safe. But it's the getting up there that is very scary. Vulnerability, truth time, I won't go. I don't do it. You have never, ever once caught me in that treehouse. I loved watching my children enjoy it. I loved watching my teenager sit up there and do her homework. Like it was wonderful to see. I did not want to experience it. So over the years, yes, years, Davey has looked at that ladder. And at 3 years old, terrified. I wouldn't have let him do it at that age anyway. At 4 years old, did like 2 rungs on the bottom and came back down. Okay. The ladder, by the way, has grown into the ground, or I guess rather the ground has grown up around it. So it's very sturdy. And I always stand on the bottom anyway to add that extra weight. 5 years old, made a few more rungs, came back down. And every single time I would say to him, you choose how high you go. And you choose when you come back down. Permission to reach a limit and not feel like you can go any further is very, very important. I spoke to his effort, not get up in the treehouse, right? The outcome didn't matter to me at all because what I was building was his confidence. What I was building was his belief. Last time I was here, now I'm just a little bit higher. So now he's 6 and came over the other day and we had some stuff. We had some work we had to do. He and I always work before play, right? And he said, I'm going to make it up into that treehouse today. I said, are you? He said, yeah, I'm going to do that today. I said, wow, that would be amazing if that's something you chose to do. So he was like mentally ready this time, right? Walks out there, stands at the bottom, looks up, and I can see him visually deflating and remembering just how stinking tall this ladder is and how high it is when you get up there. But he started. He went up 4 rungs. No, I don't think I'm doing this today. Came back down. Went back again. Went up 6. That might be as high as I'm going today. Came back down. Repeat, repeat, repeat. I said very few things. This is an important point, okay? We don't have to fill the silence, especially when our kids are wrestling with something. There's a lot of mental wrestle in that moment. I said I was going to do this. Can I do this? Do I really feel capable of this today? There's a lot of physical wrestle in that moment. Well, if I climb all the way up, I'm going to have to climb all the way down. You want to give them space to wrestle. Okay? So I didn't say a whole lot, except when he would turn and make direct eye contact with me. And then I would speak to his effort. Wow, you went even higher than you did last time. How did it feel? And he would tell me. That's it. Back and forth, back and forth. I am very excited to tell you he did make it up. And the sense of accomplishment and achievement that I saw, that deflated feeling I saw in his body earlier, did he balloon back up? Shut that trap door, looked at me from over the very high safe railing and said, I did it. I really did it. This is special. He drove that bus, rung after rung after rung. So when your kids are on the monkey bars, or they're just learning to walk, or whatever that next skill, in this case, they're all very physical that I'm talking about, but there's skills of every shape and size and ability in us. Speak to the effort that they're making. Praise the effort. Don't define the outcome. You will raise self-confident kids. You will raise kids who feel capable of trying things, who can advocate for themselves. And quite honestly, in the moments when you swoop in and say, hey, I got you, and I don't need you. I'm going to try this all by myself. I can do it all by myself. It's powerful stuff. The tricky part is us. Absolutely knowing when to engage, when to allow silence so they can wrestle with what they're doing, and when to speak intentional words around the effort that they are putting out and permission to feel. So many times over the last few years, when he only made it certain high and said, I'm done, I gave permission to feel. You're totally allowed to come on back down. You're feeling scared? Cool. Come on back down. You're feeling worried? No worries. I'm not worried about your worry. Come on back down. You are allowed to feel all the things until you're ready to feel that sense of accomplishment. Whew, all right. So, what are your kids working on? I'd love to know. And if you're ready to really dive into the mindset of your children and that intentional language that I'm teaching you on how to craft those interactions so that they do feel successful, even if they didn't get to the end mark, then I highly recommend you check out my Transforming the Toddler Years self-paced online course. It is going to walk you through every single step in far more detail, and you are going to know exactly what to say, when to say it, and support your children into becoming the best version of themselves. And yes, That means a shift in behavior. I would love to see you in the course. So have a look at it, use the link in the show notes, and then DM me on Instagram if you sign up, and I will just cheer for you. Until our next episode, you know what to do. My toddler tribe out there, stay mindful and proactive as we transform the toddler years.